Oxylabs ships and manages scraping API on top of their proxies. Singaporean mobile proxy.com just ships proxies. At 30 gigs of Singapore traffic, Oxylabs runs you about $300. SMP runs you $79. Here's the honest split. Oxylabs has been operating from Vilnius since 2015. 100 million plus IPs across residential, data center, ISP, and mobile. They target enterprise with dedicated account managers and structured data tooling. SMP is Singapore only with owned modems and a deliberately small product surface. This video helps you pick, though, 3 things. 1. Where Oxylabs is the right call. 2. Where SMP is the right call. 3. Pricing math at 4 volumes. Though, remote math saving body. Where Oxylabs is the right pick, Oxylabs sells more than raw proxies. Their web scraper API and real-time crawler are popular with customers who want to manage a scraper instead of building their own. Structured data extraction from search engines and e-commerce sites is one of their flagship use cases. If your team needs Google SERPs, Amazon product pages, or major e-commerce listings extracted at scale and you don't want to maintain the scraping logic, Oxylabs' managed product is genuinely good. That's not a feature SMP competes with at all. Their enterprise SLA includes dedicated account managers and 24/7 coverage at higher plans. Self-serve customers get email support that usually responds within a business day. For mission-critical scrapes that cannot wait, the enterprise tier is the safer choice. Where SMP is the right pick, Honest SMP is fully transparent on carriers. The dashboard shows which carrier sits behind every port. You can request specific assignments, owned hardware on Singtel, StarHub, M1 plans, sitting in Singapore data centers. Oxylabs Mobile is sourced through a partner network, Genuine Cellular, but the company does not publish carrier-level breakdowns for Singapore. For general scraping, that's fine. For Shopee SG logged-in operations or banking app QA, where ASEAN purity matters, SMP's direct ownership wins. Building the dashboard is intentionally minimal. Pure proxies, sticky sessions allow listing billing and an API. No scraping API, no managed scraper. If you want managed scraping, you build it yourself or use a separate vendor on top. Quickly pricing math at 4 volumes for editing tarikakin point. Oxylabs Mobile is per gigabyte with volume tiers, $9 to $11 per gig on entry, dropping to about 5 at high volume. Unlimited bandwidth plans exist for select use cases at high 4-figure monthly rates, while SMP is per modem flat, 39 entry, 79 higher bandwidth, 149 dedicated reseller. Per gig wins for tiny workloads. Flat rate wins for sustained workloads. The crossover happens around 5 gigs a month. Why? Dynamics. Oxylabs encodes geo and session length in the username. SMP relies on Singapore being the only choice and 30 minutes being fixed. Functionally identical at the request level. Ergonomically, SMP is shorter and harder to typo. For Oxylabs' real win for Kong over Aegis about this. If your job is to extract structured data from search engines or large e-commerce sites, Oxylabs' scraper API saves real time. You don't write the HTML parsers, you don't manage proxy rotation, you don't tune CAPTCHA handling, you submit a target, get JSON back. For that workload, Oxylabs is a different product category from SMP. Oxylabs is trying to take Everal to trade. Oxylabs is trying to play Tia. SMP doesn't offer that. If you want to manage a scraper, you'd pair SMP ports with your own Scrapy or Playwright stack, or run Oxylabs' scraper API for the heavy data extraction and route the carrier-sensitive parts through SMP. Update me by use case. Use case better fit. Dingok pitzai. Lab verdict by use case will choki up the type. That it wouldn't bring out that sequence and whole type. If you want a severe job, the Jofu Vico Vine going to no get weekly. This your predator that 300 spot. Many countries with structured data extraction. Oxylabs knows it manages scraping API for SERPs or e-commerce. Oxylabs the rent at name carrier control on every port. SMP flat monthly pricings. SMP direct technical chat with the operations team. SMP direct technical chat with the operations team. SMP for Singapore specific operator work. Both products earn their slot. If Singapore specific work is even 10% of your traffic, the math says you should split it off. Run a 1-week trial. Oxylabs gives you a paid eval. SMP gives you a 2-hour free trial with no card at singaporeandmobileproxy.com/trial. Dedicated Singtel, StarHub or M1 modem. Real Singapore IP instant rotation. On a paid plan, use YT30 for 30% off month 1. Don't overpay for a partner sourced pool when owned hardware costs a fraction. The only service subscribe. Next video we go after IP Royal, which has a competitive unlimited mobile tier. Different shape from Oxylabs. Different math.